You've got to be kidding me. Seriously, game? The first time you give me one of these weeklies, it's the ceramic and it's out of a red chest. Really? Dude, I hate this game sometimes. Anyway, this is the new dungeon system and we finally obtained one of these special weekly dragons. You received a ceramic dragon. Isn't that just swell? So as you can see, this was going down a red chest route, wasn't a blue, wasn't a green, wasn't the purple chest at the end. It's just the game likes to do that, I suppose. So it is possible to get the weekly dragons out of any chest, like we've said before. It's just the chances of getting them out of the lower tier chest are a lot lower than they would be in the higher tier chests. But of course it had to be a dragon that I already had. Of course. So yeah, last week was the first time since the release of the Bottomless Dungeon that I, actually got a dragon reward out of it. Of course it had to be a repeat, but, whatever. I will take it. At least the thought is there, right? And so, obviously this week we have the Vulture Dragon as the new reward dragon, and this is another dragon that I missed out on in the past because I tried to get him on my Android account during a Dragon's Delight event, and I was first the whole time, and then in the last, 2 minutes of the Dragon's Delight event, someone spent a bunch of money and overtook me, so I despise this Vulture Dragon and everything that he stands for. But I'd still appreciate him if the game wants to give me a free one. And, considering it could come out of any of the chests, I will take it if they want to give it to me in a red chest, obviously. But I guess I'll ask you, how's your experience been with the Bottomless Dungeon so far? Because mine has been relatively unsuccessful with the actual reward dragons themselves. But the amount of points that I've been getting have been quite considerable in terms of they've been able to give us rewards for the dungeon week quite often. As in, we got double egg relics and things like that have been released. And overall, I really appreciate that side of the Bottomless Dungeon. But I don't know, do people still think that the dungeon needs some sort of tweaks? Because, I've stated my piece before, I still think there's some discrepancy with the cost of the dungeon island and things like that I'd like to see worked out over time. But does this new dungeon, it feels different now, doesn't it? Just because we can get quests done quicker. The amount of currency that we actually earn over time, I think, is around about the same as what it used to be in the old dungeon, especially depending on the kind of team that you have. But I think the difference this time is that because you can get points slowly, or I guess it's still slow, but you can get them in shorter spans of time compared to the 400 quests in the past. I guess it just feels like you're accomplishing more with your time, because sometimes, when you've got 400 points to have to collect, sometimes having to do 2 full resets just to get any points just felt really bad, So now, at least, if I'm going to do a run like this one, I haven't done much in terms of the Bottomless Dungeon yet this week, so we're not going to be able to progress too much, but we're still going to at least get, 200 points. We're going to be able to make our mark on that chest that we're right next to. Whereas before, if we'd had 2 400 quests, we might have to wait 2 entire resets, sometimes even 3, before we could clear them. So, I don't mind it too much. I don't mind it, to be honest. It feels better than it did on release, definitely, because release dungeon, that was a pain. That was a big pain in the ass. So I'm glad that that's over with. But I don't know, it's just another part of DML to have to grind, basically, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, you have grind in games like MMOs and things like that. Just sometimes the grind in DML can be a little bit over the top. Like, the Enchantment League has been way too grindy for far too long. I know that the reason for that being so grindy is related to things like, they don't want players to have an insane amount of enchantment materials all the time and things like that. But for those players that are trying to catch up in terms of actual dragon leveling and enchanting and things like that. It's really annoying for them. Guess that's just the name of the game, though. If I expected anything different, I probably should have stopped playing a long time ago. So I guess that's my fault for expecting it to be any different. But overall, interesting sets of dragons that we get to see in the dungeon as well. Like, look at the clan dragon here. What's his name? Bullhorn? I think his name's Bullhorn. He's cool. I like him. Not that we're ever going to get any of the clan dragons for way too long. Way too long, because I never end up doing clan quests. And plus, my clan it's not highly competitive or anything like that, so everyone just sort of like does what they want to do. If they want to put in like tons and tons of hours that week, they can, but they don't have to. See, I prefer clans like that because I know that I'm not going to be logging in all the time, every single day, every reset. So, I can't expect that of the people inside the clan as well, you know. So it might be annoying to the people that are, you know, try-harding in the clan. But, again, if they expected anything different, probably should be in a different clan. There's nothing wrong with, you know, if a clan ain't doing what you want to do, you're just leaving, moving on, you know, sort of accepting that you've got a difference in need. And then maybe another clan's gonna be perfect for you. But that's just the name of the game, I suppose. Still remember DML back when there was nothing like clans, none of this online stuff. Did it feel that much different? I guess not in its core concept, because it's just, you know, breeding and stuff. But, you know, some people treat the clan stuff super duper seriously and super competitively, which is a bit weird. It's like, if you were going to be competitive, wouldn't you rather do it in a different competitive game? Hey. I guess whatever floats their boat at the end of the day. But man, I really want to get tons and tons of points. I want to see what we get out of these chests. At least if we're not going to get a dragon, and we're not going to get gems out of the dungeon chests, then maybe we can get, I don't know, dragon tickets? You know, I actually missed out on the Shale Horn last week because I forgot to log in for like the last day and a half. Because I had like 2 full Otto's Lotto resets to go and I just forgot to log in. Blame Borderlands for that. But say goodbye to the Shale Horn because of my own incompetency. I know, I'm an idiot sometimes. It's what I get. It's not anyone else's fault that I just decided to go, heh, I'm not gonna log in. Who cares? Who cares, dude? Definitely not me, right? Definitely not me who is now complaining about it. Does feel bad though. So that's as far as we can get with the points that we got. Unfortunately, we couldn't really kill anything with weak attacks there, so we were just sort of left to rot. But again, at least we can progress a little bit rather than being left with like the world's worst tasks ever. So I'm glad that we can at least get that far. And in the dungeon shop, you know, it sucks because I want to get the dungeon dragons, but then we've got all of this stuff in the shops. And for anyone that was trying to get the armory dragon, you can buy pieces for it. Trust me, I saw this bundle, I was like, oh my god, I don't remember, do I have this dragon? It's like, yes, you got this dragon a very long time ago, you cucumber. So please don't buy any more of the pieces, so I didn't. And, you know, you could also buy the dragon piece tickets, because you can get 6 of them, which really ain't too bad. 6 dragon piece tickets might actually give you a considerable chance at a limited time dragon. But it is nearly 200 dungeon tokens each, and that's, all things considered, it's quite expensive, because you can see my amount of dungeon tokens has not really been going up at all for the last, like, 2 weeks. So I should stop spending on stupid stuff. You know, I guess that's just life in general. Stop buying stupid, unnecessary crap and save it. You know, speaking of which, there's a gem spending event. Oh, that's actually quite funny. But anyway, you can get the engine dragon out of it, which was the reward in the, a castle event that was last year, which was the redo of the original castle event, I think. Or it was around about the same time anyway. It was an event near there. And then we also have the robot dragon as a reward as well. So it's very mechanical. That's why it's called gem fuel. So, if you are interested in those, you can try participating. But I mean, how much have people spent? 2,000? That's actually nowhere near as high as I was expecting. I'm used to seeing people with millions. Look at that. A 1 gem spent, and I've spent 0. Get on my level, bro. It's completely free. That's what I like to see. You know, that's what I like. And you know, this week, I've started getting to a point where I'm like, you know what, we haven't bred the Libra yet. And I'm starting to panic a little bit because we've only got half the month left. It's been a while since I've been in this situation. But I also really want to breed the Sentinel because I've never actually gotten it on this account before. So, I've been trying to breed for him. And as you can see, it has not been going too successfully so far. And I say I've been breeding him, but to be honest, I've been really on and off with DML the last few days or so. In terms of everything, I have just been hard grinding other games, like many hours a day grinding in other games. So, I haven't really been focusing on DML too much. You know, it's fine to do that. Like I've said to people before, if you're feeling burnt out or you just don't want to feel like playing DML too much, just go and play some other stuff and then come back and do some grinding every so often in DML. But, you know, with the way that things are going with exception divines and having so many events every week and things like that, I think it's time that people really did start taking the advice to heart. That just don't take the events too seriously. Don't ruin your life to, you know, get new dragons anymore, because there's going to be too many dragons coming out for one person to realistically have enough time in the day to do all of them. Or time in the week, I should say. So just do what you can, and I guess try and keep on top of it. If you get some free dragons in the dungeon and things like that, power to you. But, you know, don't forget that we do have daily quest dragon to get now. That's going to take absolutely ages to get. Stupid bog dragon, dude. They need to make it so that you can't get duplicates in those card packs, because, my god, now that there's 2 epics on rotation, it is going to be a pain, because getting the 1 in 3 every single day for 45 days, it's not going to happen, is it? It's going to take, like, 7 months. Okay, maybe not that long, but it will take a while, that is for sure. But, you know, for now, I guess we're still waiting on, or we're waiting for the next event, which is the solo event. Again, if you're wondering why I didn't do anything on the Dragon's Delight event, that's because my event was completely bugged and I could not earn a single point in the event after day 3 because of the timer bug, where it just permanently said there was 6 hours left until the next reset, and I could only, like, if I logged into the game to look at the event, it would not allow me to get any event points. So I'm pretty annoyed that I wasted any time on that event. So that's another reason I haven't really been doing anything DML, because it has kind of annoyed me. So that is what I've been doing. I don't know what you've been doing. Let me know. And let me know if any of your breeding's been successful or anything else. You know what? I'm just going to get rid of this other egg. I don't need to see him. I don't need to see him. Get out. But regardless, I heard that some people might be getting the Android update soon. If not, it's already been out. In which case, enjoy yourself. But I hope you haven't gotten banned. And I guess that is mostly it for now. I mainly just wanted to brag that I'd finally gotten a Dungeon Dragon after such a long, arduous journey. But anyway, for now, I appreciate you being here, so thank you for joining me, and until next time, I will hopefully see you then.